This is my father's union hall. I used to meet my father here when he'd call me up and say, hey, let's have lunch. And we'd meet at the union hall, and then we'd go out for lunch. And then as we're driving around town, he'd point over at a building and he'd say, see that building over there? I built that building. See that building over there? I built that building. And wherever he went in San Francisco, wherever we went in San Francisco, he was always pointing out the buildings he had worked on, and the buildings. He was a fine carpenter. That's the term of art. And so he was very proud of the work he had done in San Francisco. I learned a lot from him. And one of the things that he told me was, you know, in the 50s, he told me, someday we will harness the sun and use it to run the earth. And I don't know where he got that idea from, but I had no idea what he was talking about. And he would repeat it about every other year because he was very smart and very political, and he was always interested in what was going on around the world. So I now realize what he was talking about. There is such a thing as a good solar, and there's such a thing as bad solar. And so, for instance, good solar is when carpenters are putting up solar panels on people's houses and the owner of the house owns the house. That's good solar. Bad solar is when one of these installing companies like Sungevity installs solar panels on your roof, and you then don't own your roof anymore. And if you try and sell your house, you discover that your roof lease has been sold to some investor somewhere. So it gets very complex. Community choice aggregation is bad solar. Good solar is a policy like they have in Germany and Japan and Sweden and Norway and Denmark and Italy, called the solar payment policy, that requires utilities like PG&E to pay homeowners 49 cents a kilowatt hour for feeding solar energy onto the grid. So in many ways, the Carpenters Union should be benefiting more from the development of solar economy, and it's not. So we have to find ways to make sure that the homeowners who are buying the solar panels and installing the solar panels get the lion's share of the income from solar energy as we harvest the sun and build a whole new solar economy here in California and the world.